At the backdrop of Jaipur Literature Festival, I'm Aabir Lahiry for ABP Live Podcast, and sitting next to the man who is the flag bearer of Jaipur Literature Festival. What's up, Mr. Sanjoy Roy? How are you?
Hey, I'm good and thank you for having me here.
I really want to discuss. जब सोचा था first time कि let's start something like JLF. What was the thought? क्या?
Purely accidental.
Really?
हमने ये नहीं सोचा था कि let's start JLF. ये हुआ था कि in 2000 Faith and John Singh from Anokhi had come out to Edinburgh to see how the Edinburgh Festival works, and it's really the biggest festival in the world, and much of it happens in built heritage spaces. तो कहीं कोई पुराना चर्च के बेसमेंट, कोई टॉयलेट, पर all of it is heritage. तो वो देख के उनको लगा कि why don't we do something in Jaipur where people will love or respect their built heritage.
Right.
तो उन्होंने हमसे कहा कि आप एक फेस्टिवल सेटअप करो और रन करो. तो हमने रन नहीं किया, पर उस वक्त जयपुर हेरिटेज फेस्टिवल शुरुआत हुई थी, और वो जब नहीं चला कुछ सालों के बाद, and they came and said, you know, it's your baby, you know, how can you let it die, you have to do something. But we were very clear we didn't want to take on the whole festival. उसी फेस्टिवल में एक लिटरेचर सेगमेंट हुआ करता था जो नमिता गोखले और विलियम प्रोग्राम करते थे. So we took that and created what we now know as the Jaipur Literature Festival. ये नहीं सोच के कि we're going to take over the world or it's going to become the world's largest. अगर किसी ने उस वक्त डिपस्टिक सर्वे करता ना कि जयपुर में वर्ल्ड का सबसे
बड़ा लिटरेचर फेस्ट होगा,
लिटरेचर गैदरिंग होगा, everybody would have laughed. We would have laughed, people would have laughed. Cold winter morning, January, 17 years ago, I remember coming down दरबार हॉल, वहाँ पे डिगी पैलेस में था जहाँ पे फर्स्ट हमने शुरुआत की थी. I asked my colleagues, ये कितने चेयर लगाए? उन्होंने कहा कि 200 230. I said निकाल यार, 100 तो चेयर निकालो, कौन आने वाला है? You know, 200 लोग कहाँ से आएंगे? But the amazing thing is लोग आए और बढ़ के आए और पूरे दुनिया से लोग आए. And I think the excitement of the fact that you had some great sessions, but you also had Jaipur, a place where every stone has a story to tell, right?
True.
Of betrayal, of love, of excitement. There were stories waiting to be shared. India's hospitality. Khana to khana, pina to pina, mauj to mauj, music in the evening, and retail therapy, always good for you. And our color. The color of Jaipur is quite something. And I think that's one of the reasons पहले साल में 5-6 हज़ार लोग आए. Next year there were 14,000, third year 30,000, fourth year 60,000. उस तरीके से.
This is like a mutual fund.
It's like a mutual fund.
Compounding कुछ ज़्यादा अच्छे से चल गई. What do you think worked actually well for JLF?
वही तो मैंने कहा ना, ये 3-4 चीज़ जो hospitality, India right place right time, Jaipur, look at the palaces. मुझे याद है कि कोई मुझे कह रहा था, another big festival was saying, you know, if only you can loan us some of your palaces and forts, we would also be the world's whatever. So, you know, many things that we now look at as core to the festival, but in many ways they came together in this particular way. देखो, interestingly, a festival like this, बोलो कलकत्ता बोलो, दिल्ली बोलो, Bombay बोलो, it cannot work. Jaipur is a festival city. You know, it's has an international airport, it has superstructure, hotels hai, gaadiyan hai, interesting locations hai, close to another big city, Delhi Gurgaon or Noida. So that's made it perfect. So Paris will never be a great festival city, but Avignon is. London is not a great festival city, but Edinburgh is. So usi tarike se we see Jaipur really sort of answering to all of these needs.
And JLF is not the only baby from Teamworks Art. You have some amazing festivals. How do you think that this scene of festivals in India, not just the traditional festivals, but the new age festivals is changing, and what kind of festivals do we see in the future?
I think you'll see, you know, the interesting thing is, जैसे कि इंडिया की इकोनॉमी बढ़ता रहा, and you had a growing middle class. Initially क्या करते थे? पिक्चर हॉल में जाते थे, फिर वीडियो आ गया, VHS आ गया, फिर टेलीविजन, OTT, फिर जाते थे मॉल्स. Now that they've been there, done that, everybody, especially the new generations, क्योंकि देखो, our generation, our parents' generation was only involved कि रोजी रोटी कपड़ा. The next generation is not interested in this kind of insecurity. They're quite happy कि chill करो यार, कि कहाँ पे experience हमें, you know, कौन सी कौन सा माउंटेन हम चढ़ेंगे, वहां से कहाँ से हम कूदेंगे, क्या करेंगे, which will give us a thrill and an immersive experience which creates memory. And because of this new, a whole new world, you're seeing this growth of huge festivals, music festivals. देखो Lollapalooza, देखो और जयपुर लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल, इंडिया आर्ट फेयर हो रहा है दिल्ली में, कोचिन बिएनाले हो रहा है, सेरेंडिपिटी गोवा में, तो ये बढ़ता जाएगा बिकॉज एवरी सिटी एंड एवरी टाउन हैज अ हंगर। वहाँ पे तो पॉपुलेशन देखो, हमारे लिए तो कोई पॉपुलेशन की कमी नहीं है। और सिटीज आर सडनली रियलाइजिंग कि अगर आप इस टाइप की फेस्टिवल वो पॉपुलर हो जाए तो मतलब ब्रांडिंग के लिए तो और क्या चाहिए। ट्रू। The kind of branding that Jaipur Literature Festival gives Jaipur, not just in India, JLF, Bahar is called JLF.
JLF,
Literature Festival, Dallas bolo, Houston bolo,
Sub JLF
is JLF. That kind is absolutely, as they say, MasterCard, priceless.
Yeah, true, so true. Since you mentioned that a lot of millennials and Gen Z are actually looking for thrill and adventure, that just give me a clue कि why not we have something like an adventure sports festival or adventure festival जो अभी तक शायद इंडिया में कभी एक्सप्लोर नहीं हुआ
है 3-4 एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स फेस्टिवल हो रहा है।
Okay.
कुल्लू में आई मीन आई डोंट नो वेदर इट्स रीस्टार्टेड आफ्टर कोविड के पहले तो 3-4 थे। देयर यूज्ड टू बी 3 ग्रेट फेस्टिवल्स इन कुल्लू जहाँ पे आप हैंग ग्लाइडिंग भी करो, यू नो ऑल ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ माउंटेन क्लाइंबिंग, ट्रेलिंग। गोवा में अभी एक शुरू हो रही है end of March में a martial arts festival that Aditya is setting up, etc. तो हो रही है, and more than हो रही है, demand है, interest है, you know, people want to do something that gives you that kind of experience.
What is the vision now? After 10 years, where do you see this JLF moving forward to?
After 17 years, JLF is 17 years.
No, I'm thinking after 10 years.
After 10 years. देखो, I mean, we can do it 1 year at a time.
Agreed.
So, you know, it's very difficult. हम लोग बच्चे होंगे, किसी ने न्यूक्लियर बटन लगा दिया तो फिर क्या होगा, you know. So, let's not look 10 years hence, just let's look year at a time. The idea is, like I said, हमारे लिए the success of the Jaipur Literature Festival is not just कि this festival is so amazing, so wonderful, so many people watching it online, 27 million or whatever. The success is that 300 other festivals have been inspired by the Jaipur Literature Festival or any of the other festivals that we do to create their own festival. That's really the exciting thing. The more platforms we have, the more spaces we'll have for great creativity, content, out-of-the-box thinking and innovation. And the more creativity we have, and the idea that this too can become like your job. You know, it doesn't have to be a hobby. जब मैं शुरुआत की थी about whatever 40 years ago, I remember my father-in-law, when Punita and I were supposed to get married, my father-in-law asked me, so what do you do? So I said, I do theatre. So he said, नहीं मतलब
पैसे के लिए क्या करते हो?
What's your day job? I said, no, I mean, my day job is theatre. My father used to say to Punita and my brother, he said, you know, my eldest son is a nuclear physicist economist. What should I say my younger son is? You know, but today, young people are looking at this as an opportunity to be as a job, which they do because they're excited. They wake up every morning and they're able to create something that's extraordinary and new.
True. On that note, I guess that's a shukriya from my end for talking to us. We have a time restriction, so of course you're a busy man. Plus, there are a lot of guests coming in. So, बहुत shukriya. I would love to have a detailed conversation and invite you on the podcast, but some other day. For now, you're a busy man, and I guess you should take the day forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Always good to be here. Thank you for supporting the festival.
Thank you, sir.